In a small, quiet town nestled among ordinary houses stood a strange and colorful one. It was painted in bright, cheerful colors, with a crooked porch and a garden that grew wild and free. And inside this whimsical house lived the most unusual girl in the world, Pippi Longstocking. She was a girl unlike any other, with a story that was just beginning. In a world that loved rules and order, Pippi was a splash of vibrant, wonderful chaos. Her tale is one of courage, kindness, and the magic of being yourself. Pippi Longstocking lived all alone in her house, which she called Villa Villacula. She didn't have a mother, and her father was a sea captain who had been swept overboard during a storm. But Pippi was sure he was still alive, living as a cannibal king on a faraway island, and would one day come back for her. So she waited, perfectly content. With her fiery red hair braided into two stiff plaits that stuck straight out, and a face dotted with freckles, she was a sight to behold. She wore one brown stocking and one black one, because why should they match? Pippi believed life was too short for boring rules. She wasn't entirely alone, though. Pippi shared her home with a tiny, charming monkey named Mr. Nilsson, who often wore little blue trousers and a straw hat. Her other companion was a beautiful horse that lived right on the porch because, as Pippi reasoned, he would only be in the way in the living room. Pippi was so strong she could lift the entire horse with just one hand. Her house was a wonderland filled with treasures from her father's sea voyages, and every day was a new adventure. Next door lived two very well-behaved children, Tommy and Annika. They were neat, quiet, and always did what they were told. Their lives were predictable and a little bit dull until the day they saw the strange girl with red braids walking backward down the street. They had never met anyone quite like Pippi. She invited them over for pancakes, which she flipped high into the air and told them incredible stories about her travels around the world. For Tommy and Annika, meeting Pippi was like stepping into a fairy tale. Pippi was unbelievably strong, stronger than any grown-up, stronger than the strongest man in the world. Once, when the circus came to town, she challenged the mighty strong man and lifted him over her head with ease, to everyone's astonishment. But Pippi never used her strength to show off or to harm anyone. She used it to protect her friends, to help those in need, and to make the world a little bit fairer. Her strength was a secret she carried with a smile, a tool for good, not for might. When bullies tried to pick on smaller children in the town, Pippi was always there to stand up for them. She didn't fight them with anger or fists. Instead, she used her quick wit and surprising strength to gently teach them a lesson. She showed them that true power wasn't about being mean or scary. It was about having the courage to be kind and the confidence to stand up for what is right. Pippi proved that a brave heart was stronger than any bully's empty threats. Of course, not all the grown-ups understood Pippi. They saw a 9-year-old girl living alone with a horse and a monkey and thought it was completely improper. 2 policemen even came to take her to a children's home where they thought she belonged, but Pippi had other ideas. She led them on a playful chase around her house, even running on the roof, until they were too tired to argue. But Pippi believed that children deserved freedom, laughter, and the right to be happy, not to be locked away from the joys of the world. Though she lived by her own rules, Pippi had one of the kindest hearts in the whole world. She had a suitcase full of gold coins from her father and loved sharing them with others. She would buy candy for all the children in town or throw magnificent birthday parties where everyone was invited. Pippi's greatest treasure wasn't her gold. It was her loyalty to her friends and her boundless generosity. She knew that happiness was best when it was shared with everyone around you. But through her wild adventures and unconventional wisdom, Pippi taught everyone a very important lesson. Being different is not a weakness, it is a gift. She showed Tommy, Annika, and the entire town that it was okay to have messy hair, wear mismatched stockings, and believe in things that others found impossible.